I'm going to let you into a little secret. Not all Irish people are musical. I know, shocker. We're globally adored for our singing, our folklore, our poetry, our general river dancing around. But alas, it's a myth. And my family, living proof. I'm the youngest of 5 girls and somehow the only one blessed with any musical ability. There's an old Irish saying, they haven't a note in their head, which basically means we had no musical talent. At age 7, I was handed a violin, and my family were handed a test of patience. I played with full enthusiasm, zero technique, and absolutely no volume control. And if you've ever lived with anybody learning an instrument, you have my deepest sympathies. But here's the thing. Even at 7 years old, music gave me something nothing else ever had. A sense of calm, identity, and belonging. And that 7-year-old girl, she became a music therapist. So my question today is, if music really is this powerful, why do we turn it down? Long before we even open our eyes, we're already listening. Our first concert is internal. Inside the womb, we are surrounded by sound. Hearing is one of the first senses to develop. At around 18 weeks, a fetus can detect sound, and by the 3rd trimester, our auditory system is active and responsive. And this early soundscape is doing something quite remarkable. It's laying the foundation for connection long before we take our first breath. So when a baby is born, they're not starting from silence. They're entering a world they already know through sound. The Institute of Learning and Brain Science at the University of Washington states, babies are biologically wired to respond to music. And what do? Without even thinking? We sing to them. We bounce them. We rock them. We change our voice. Hello, baby. We sing our little coochie, 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 coo. Yeah, it's fun, but it has a name. Infant-directed speech. We are helping them map meaning onto sound. Now, have you ever stopped and watched toddlers playing? It's joyous and it is spontaneous. 1 minute it's wild, unabandoned singing. The next it's made up dance moves, inventing songs on the spot. It's messy, it's magical, and it's exactly what their brains need. Because music activates the entire brain. Speech, movement, and feeling, all firing in sync. We often focus on milestones like reading and writing and phonics. And yes, these are important, but this is foundation. And the good part, children don't need to understand the neuroscience behind it. They just feel it in their bodies, in their play, in their sheer delight of making sound. Now, let's move into dangerous territory. Teenage years. Yeah. As a point of reference, my teenage years happened in the late 80s, so think Madonna, U2, Paul Simon. It was a global melting pot of sound. But my genre of choice, 80s rock. And in the spirit of full disclosure, and because Ted makes you do very strange things, I am about to reveal to you something I vowed would never see the light of day. My 80s rock chick look. You see, teenage music isn't just about taste, clearly. It's about identity, self-discovery, connection, escapism. Music helps teens navigate the messiness of life. With all the turbulence going on in their brains and in their bodies, is it any wonder they reach out for music to be their safety, their anchor, their shelter from the storm? To us, it may feel like noise, but to them, it's armor. And to some, the only place where they're going to feel seen or heard. So the next time we feel inclined to roll our eyes or say, in my day they played real music, pause. Allow them to bask in their music of choice, because teenagers don't just hear music. They live inside it. It's their soundtrack to becoming. When we move into later life, music holds a different kind of magic. I've worked in dementia and Alzheimer's care, and I've witnessed for myself people who can't remember their child's name, but yet can remember songs, word for word, from 50 years ago. It's because music accesses all networks of our brain, and these pathways, they're staying active long after all other abilities fade. Meet Marta Gonzalez Sanchez, a former ballerina diagnosed with Alzheimer's. Watch how she relives Tchaikovsky's Swan Lake. It's as if music pulls back the curtain of confusion, and in that moment, she's back on stage. To me, music is the back door to memory, and one that disease cannot shut out. Hang on. Did I just leave out an entire life stage? Adulthood. That's right, the bit where we gain responsibilities, have endless meetings, develop back pain, and in my opinion, where we turn music down. Not just the volume, but the value. We stop singing. We stop dancing. Instead of music being something we live with, it's something we leave out. Why? Because someone once told us we weren't musical. Because we got too busy, too serious, too embarrassed. We treat it like it's a luxury, but it's not a luxury. It's a biological necessity. And in this world, one that we need more than ever. I want you to help me with something. I invite you to join me in singing one of Ireland's most famous songs, Danny Boy. I can see you wincing in your chairs already. I'll start it off. Oh, Danny Boy, the pipes are calling from glen to glen and down the mountainside. The summer's gone and all the flowers are dying. 'Tis you must go and I must bide. In that single verse, we've rewired our bodies. Our breath and our heartbeat fell into sync. Our vagus nerve lit up, and our brains were flooded with dopamine. We transformed from strangers into one connected, regulated system. This isn't just about feeling good, it's about functioning better. Music has always been more than sound. We just need to let it in. So maybe my question shouldn't be who turned the music down, but rather who's willing to turn it back up? Is it the teacher who fights to keep music in her classroom? The nurse who knows the benefits of music, not just for her staff, but for her patients? The office manager who cares more about how the office feels and less about how it looks? The carer? The parent? You. In every culture and in every era and in every person, you will find music. Not because it's decorative, but because it's essential. Every life has a soundtrack, and yours deserves not just to be heard, but to be lived out loud. So I invite you to revisit your soundtrack, let the music back in, give it some room, let it do its work, and perhaps together we can turn the music back